Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be on Shinsuke Nakamura, King of Pop Style. Yet again, I am absolutely loving the art and the design for this month. No disappointment with Thriller Shinsuke here. Love it. Okay, anyway, he's a Legend Era. Also loving that a lot. Chaotic Era Trickster. And let's take a look and see what the linky links say. Legendary gems do 10% more damage. He's a trainer at 26k. Power gems generated from moves will add 50% more damage on each attack, and green moves start with 2 more MP. I don't know right off who that works on at the moment, but I would imagine there's somebody coming behind that'll be useful on. That's been the case with a lot of trainers lately, so we'll see. Anything that has 2 MP of a color and additional moves is always handy. You never know what's going to happen with perks or not perks, etc. He's pretty versatile. I have 5 movesets for you guys. I'm saving my favorite for last, which I usually do. For the strap, there's an ultimate on. It's with 30% gem damage. Fury 2's not maxed. Level 12, and then purple move damage metal also not maxed, 149%. You might be wondering why the glowing phantom power plate. It will only be useful on the last build, which is also my favorite, so it'll make sense then. Alright, first moveset, I see this one as only being like a boss battle thing if there's a health steal for boss battle, or if you needed to break a green shield. Right, so the double underhook pile driver is going to be kind of throwaway in this case. But anyway, 7 MP blue, deal 180k damage, and modify a 5x7 random area into trap gems. If broken by your opponent, deal 89k damage and deal 404k bleed damage to your opponent for 2 turns. It's dirty if they break them. And make 2, if broken by you, deal 89k damage and make 2 random gems into leech gems of strength 305k. Also very big leech gems. And then the flying kick, 271k damage. Good vibrations, 9 MP green, steal up to 1.5 million health. It's a hardcore, so if they're a technician, you steal an additional 1.5 million health. 9 MP. Flying kick, 6 MP green, 271k damage, make 41 random gems into green. Basically the whole board, just what, 7 short, I think. So like I said, boss battle build, if it were health steal, in Feud, I wouldn't particularly care for this. You could do it, but I wouldn't care for it because good vibrations will not be loaded turn 1 in Feud or boss battle, but flying kick will, which will load both greens after that. So steal, then we got Clubber for 150% more health steal, and we have Nakamura here for 100% more health steal, so that's giving 250% more, and then Santa Hogan for 1 more MP. So that makes the health steal 5.3 million. So pretty big one. Alright. We're going to go against Gunther, not a technician for this one. I could go against technician, and that 5.3 would be 10.6. So you could use it against technicians. Again, though, you're going to have trouble getting it loaded turn 1 in Feud. So yeah, you're just going to flood the board with greens, and you'd do the same if it was boss battle. Or, if, like I said, if you wanted to use this in Feud, I hit for 1.2 mil. Nothing crazy. And you're going to steal 5.3 million health. And then you're going to flood the board with greens again for, what was it, 1.2-ish mil. And then you'll just repeat. Like so. Again, that would be double the health steal against technicians, but I don't know. I just think its usage is for boss battle, so but that's how I see it. Feel free to disagree. I am okay with that. Okay, next up, triple blue. This, I believe, is the 6-star moveset. I kind of felt like initially, when I looked at him, this was the obvious like first build to me. You know, like other than this and like triple purple and stuff, but I don't know. I just don't particularly care for this one for some reason. He's got some really good stuff, and that's coming. But this isn't my favorite moveset, so. Okay, we already talked about the trap gems, and we talked about how awesome they were with the bleed if they break them. And then how they make leeches if we break them. Inverted Exploder Suplex, 7 MP blue, 197k damage. Choose a 5x2 area to swap into purple gems. The pin bar will not move. And then the Landslide, make 20 leech gems into blue gems. That's also 7 MP. Deal 220k damage. Entourage for this one, we are going to take advantage of Hall of Fame Ray's training ability. He's not maxed, so you get a little more on your leech gems here if you wanted to. Any 2 blue MP will work. This adds a little bit on the 20 blue gems. Not a ton, to be honest, but it's better than nothing, for sure. And then we got 12k flat blue gem damage on Sheamus. Could also do 12k flat leech gems with Bailey, Tech Bailey. And then a ton of people got Theory this past week, so I decided I would put Theory on here for 100% more leech gem damage. It doubles the gems damage that's beneath them from their base starting. This does have very straightforward gameplay, though. You're going to put your traps out, and trappity-trappies. And then you're going to break a bunch of traps to get leech gems out. And not move the pin bar. Now you're going to turn the leeches blue. If he breaks any traps, keep in mind it's 400k 2-turn bleed damage. So we want him to break traps as well. Because, you know, that's big boy damage on those bleeds. So hopefully some of those stay. Oh, he's gone anyway. He's a goner, so it doesn't matter. That's a pretty good one, obviously, pretty solid. It doesn't always do that much damage. I played it a few times. Sometimes he's left with health. So I'm gonna run it one more time. Also keep in mind, the leech gem damage is not going to scale like gem damage does at silver, where gem damage doubles. The leech gems, which is the leeches underneath, the 300 and some K, likely will probably go to like 330 to 350, something like that. Maybe not even that much. It just doesn't scale quite as well to 6-star silver, but Gunther is starting off with 14 million health, so we're chewing through that pretty okay. Pretty okay. Let's see how much happens here. 7.2 million, there you go. And now he's bleeding himself out when he breaks the traps. So, like I said, that first one was very high. I normally didn't wipe their health out. That's why I wanted to run it again. The times I ran it, that 7.2 like that range was very normal with this build set. Okay. Next. We're going to keep the 2 blue moves and then add the finisher. No surprise, I would imagine, to anyone watching this. If they looked at the finisher to start. So the finisher, 1.07 mil, and choose a 2x7 area to swap into blues. So the finisher recycles, catches some of the leeches. Pretty big boy. Move damage at 1 mil, almost 1 mil flat. Entourage for this one. Note, we're actually keeping it exactly the same. You could put purple move damage in place of one of these two if you wanted to. I don't know And you would do that if you were running Takedown, because you could run Takedown on this set. Also, you could run Chelsea's plate, where you add, what is it, 14 traps or something, and it increases your purple gem damage by 200%. That would add 2 million to the finisher. So if you have that plate, you can project another 2 million on the finish in move damage, by the way, if you were wondering. And if you don't have Ray, any 2 blue MP trainer works. You just need enough to get started, right? In Feud. This is basically the exact same gameplay, because you want to hit the leeches for extra damage there. Also, on the kick out, you're... Oh, let me show you. We're at 2.48 million on the finisher with the purple move damage medal. You can as well, if you want to, have more traps and maybe emphasize the bleed more. You could put Nakamura in and double the bleed for like Sheamus or Theory here. And hope that they bleed out before they kick out. Because like this row break here, I kind of want to leave that just to see if the AI will take it for the bleed. We will get less leeches, but I don't think that's terrible. Let's see if it'll stay for us. No, the purple will ruin that here, so let's try it. Let's try here. Yeah. Okay, let's see if this works out. We still get a decent chunk of the leech gems, missing out on, like, potentially missing a 4. So yeah. Oh, we took the traps out. So no row break. But there comes the bleed. A little bit. Yeah, so it's fairly effective. Again, another one that's not going to scale a ton, right? And we're not wiping the 14 million health. I think at 6-star bronze, these builds you're seeing so far, really solid, right? 6-star silver, not quite as solid, probably. Okay, triple purple. However, also keep in mind he's healing himself a ton with those leeches. Triple purple, kind of same principle-ish here. This one, we're doubling down on the move damage, though. And this way, we can get a little bit extra. Alright, so the move you haven't seen here is the Flying Cross Armbar, 8 MP submission, 40 random sub gems, 466k 3 turns, remaining turn into leech gems of strength 203k. Not quite as big a leech gems, but there's a lot more potentially. And then the Death Valley Driver, deal 539k damage, increase your purple MP by 5. So Entourage for this one, we're kind of double downing on the purple move damage and using Striker KO for this. Woods, so these 2 moves will start. And then Papa Maivia, because it's a decent sized sub, this gives us 2.8 million in total, 1 more turn on the sub. And then if you wanted to see the purple move damage, here's 40% from Trish, Hall of Fame. So 2.5 on the finisher, 1.29 on the finisher. And the purple move recycles itself the next turn, right? So you're always refilling this one. That's going to hit for 2 million damage, the Death Valley Driver. So you're going to pop that, and then you're going to hit the sub to drain them, and then you're going to hit the finisher after you hit this again. You'll see. Again, Gunther starts at, or this is Walter, not Gunther, 14 million health. So another 2 million here. You can see it fills you to the finisher. And then next turn after the finisher, you're back in business with all the other stuff. Finisher's hitting for 4 million, and then we're catching the leeches. So yeah, it's pretty effective. Let's pick up there. almost did. So we almost drained his whole 14 mil health. So yeah, also not bad. But this last one is by far my favorite. It definitely didn't stick out to me right away. So I think it's pretty cool. This will work in Feud, which is awesome. You will be able to do this turn one. So let's get this set up. You've seen all of the moves. So we're going to use the flying kick. We are going to use the trap gems. And we are going to use the don't move the pin bar, which swaps into purple. This is where the plate comes in. Whenever you break 3 purple gems, you get 3 green MP. So this is where the plate comes in. And the entourage for this one to make it work turn 1 in Feud. I saved this loadout. And you don't need a line bonus this way for turn 1 in Feud. So these are 7, this is 6. 6 green, 7. 4 blue, Ricochet gives you 5 blue, Santa gives you 6 blue, your turn gives you 7 blue, so the blues are loaded. Ricochet gives you 2 green, your turn gives you 1 for 3. Santa gives you 1 for 4, and the skill plate off of these purples gives you the other 2 you need. You actually get 3 for 7, so... you could use, if there, I don't think there is, but if there's a 2 blue, 1 green, you could also use that in place here. So yeah, this is pretty slick. It's all going to be loaded right now because of tour perks, but in Feud it wouldn't be until after you did the pin bar move with the plate. So Gunther again, 14 million health. Gonna put our traps out. Gonna bust a bunch of them. Many as we can, right? And now, we're gonna make the board green. He had 11 million health left, now it's gone. This one's easily my most favorite of the builds. How much is that? I don't know there. So, there is a 6-star silver opponent that we can try and see how hard that hits to try and give you guys an idea of where the damage is coming from. It is the leeches, by the way, where most of it's coming from. Here we go. Mode. Got a Dusty here. So like I said, those traps are making leech gems of 300k. So every one of those we break, you know, every 3 is 1 million. So the more you get on the board, the better. So when this goes out, you want to break a decent chunk of purples, right? If possible. That's going to really help your gem damage. The more the better. Do I want to do it like that, or do I want to do it like that? Let's do it like this. This gets a ton of traps. It's pretty decent-ish. Okay. So Dusty's at 25 before. And that was 11 million there. So... the fact that it's doing a probably, what was it? I mean, it depends how many traps you break, right? But like maybe 15, probably like 15 mil total. I think at silver, that's probably going to go to, I would say, give me one, let me get my calculator out because I want to run this again. It's doing 15 million. This is a guesstimate because we don't know how they scale, just on how things usually scale. You maybe like 17-ish. This is a case where normally I don't really gem defense anyone anymore. Um, because you're only doing about probably 1.2 to 1, maybe 1.8 at bronze, so probably like 3 million in actual real gem damage ish at 6-star silver. I would actually, if I had a good gem defense strap, 100% run gem defense with this build, because you just need to get them under a certain threshold. And I think the damage will be big enough to get them under that threshold that the gem defense will actually pay off. But again, don't know for sure. I'd have to feud with it, right? Let's put this guy. Also, you could, and there's plenty of pin bar here. So if we wanted, because that's a 5 match, we could get more leeches on the board, and it would probably behoove us to do that. Like that. And I got a feeling this is going to hit significantly harder. 12.7 million. Maybe not worth the swipe. But Dusty started, he was down, what was he down to there? Like 12 million? And he started at 28. So that was, I guess, 16 million-ish total. So yeah, he's doing like 15, 16 million total damage at 6-star bronze. And that's going to get an uptick at silver with this setup. So in the Trickster world, turn 1, being able to do that, not needing a line bonus to do that, not needing a crazy strap to do that, I definitely would run him with a gem defense setup. Even if I didn't have a gem defense strap, I would still run the gem defense in this case. One of the few times, rare times for me, I would do that, but I would definitely hunt for a gem defense strap. So Tricksters. There's some really good Tricksters, but not a lot, in my opinion. And this is all just my opinion. Also, I want to remind everyone, what I value more than anything is speed, consistency, and ease of use for Feud. And that's kind of how I'm ranking these, because, you know, Showdown, there's very few game-changing cards in Showdown, actually. There's plenty that you can use, but not necessarily game-changing. He's not a game-changer for Showdown. Also, there's a lot of boss utility. Obviously, anytime there's leeches, he's got some greens he can do. He can do some purple stuff. He can do some health steal. I don't know that other than health steal, he'll blow you out of the water with anything for boss, though. So yeah, traps, he's got a lot of traps. But mainly leeches he'd be pretty good at, because his leeches are huge. And he makes all of them green, so green leeches. We're going men here. Sorry, guys. My brain fart. Okay. Brutus is better. Like, Brutus to me is the best trickster in the game. You don't really need anything insane. You don't need to drip plate him, and he's really good. So I think solo with a moment is better. Solo with a drip is better. Solo with a moment drip is definitely better. But those things are hard to get, so you may not have those, and you may also not have solo. Also, I think Umaga with a drip is better. But again, drip, right? Not many people have that. So those 3 posters out of the way, I think he's got to be in the conversation for the next best trickster. I prefer him over Gunther here, who you can see I took to silver, right? Who else would be big names? Am I missing any big tricksters? I think he's better than Rosie. I think he's better than, you know, all of these guys in here at silver. So I think he's a legend, which is amazing. So I think he's a great addition. And I don't see, probably in my opinion, anyone I would use ahead of him. And honestly, Brutus, like I said, is my favorite. I like the fact that he's using blue MP trainer in my favorite build too. I don't use a lot of blue lately, I feel like, other than for like Wes Lee. I don't feel like I'm using a ton of blues, so I like that too. So yeah, I think he's a great addition to the game. I think there's a lot going on here. I also think it's possible I completely missed a build. I ran 5, right? But I still think it's possible I maybe missed a build, mainly because the traps here, they hit so hard with the bleed. You could put woods on and the bleed goes up to 600k for 2 turns. So I did try, and I don't usually do this. Typically I'll show it because it bothered me when people would say this. I did try to make something work with this and the sub, but because the sub puts 40 random gems, most of the time it was covering almost all the traps. So they just wasn't finishing them, and it was hard to get any kind of recycle with these 2 moves. So I don't know that there's a way other than leaving the traps, hitting a finisher, and hoping they swipe the bleed with before they kick out to really take huge advantage of that as far as like trying to turn 1 something. But I do think he's super versatile and fun, and there's a lot to do there. He feels very tricky. He definitely feels like a trickster with the traps and the leeches and the house steal and all the stuff going on. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed playing him. Again, I love the art style, love the theme of this month. Having a lot of fun, which is good for me. That's what I like. So let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and good luck out there. Really, really solid. I think fantastic addition at the trickster spot. Also legendary, you know? I like him. Good job.